Imagine waking up to a crisp autumn morning, but never seeing the sunset. It is October 24th, Anno Domini 79, in the thriving Roman town of Pompeii. The sky is clear, the air warm, and life hums in every corner. Yet beneath your feet, a sleeping giant stirs, ready to unleash devastation unlike anything this bustling city has ever known. As the first light of dawn filters through open windows, bakers stir flour and water into dough, preparing the day's bread. Street vendors ready their stalls, fresh fish glistening on ice, olives and garum neatly arranged in clay jars. A young mother sweeps the threshold of her modest home, humming a lullaby to her baby swaddled on a woven mat. Children scamper through narrow alleys, chasing geese and calling greetings to neighbors. At the forum, senators discuss taxes, artisans polish bronze statues, travelers from across the empire admire Pompeii's ornate fountains and painted villas. On this morning, nothing seems out of the ordinary. By mid-morning, the town is alive with activity. The amphitheater stands empty, waiting for gladiators and spectators. Villas on the town's outskirts echo with the sounds of slaves pounding grapes for wine and perfumers grinding rose petals into fragrant oils. Merchants haggle in broken Greek and Latin. Tourists, affluent Romans on holiday, admire the colorful frescoes adorning public baths. You might pause at a thermopolium, an ancient snack bar for spiced wine and lentils, before continuing your stroll beneath the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, its cone visible but unremarkable against the azure sky. Suddenly, the ground quivers, so subtly that most dismiss it as a wagon passing nearby. Plates clatter in kitchens, dogs bark, pigeons flutter in startled flight. Some elderly residents exchange worried glances, recalling quakes from years past. Yet, the tremor is brief. Merchants continue their trade, mothers coo at their children, and life returns to its steady pace. No one yet realizes these tremors are a prelude, the earth's warning before the tempest to come. At midday, a fine ash begins to drift down, dusting rooftops, darkening the sun. Citizens look upward, puzzled by the hazy light. A local slave wipes ash from his master's toga. A baker shakes the flour-dusted awning. Some fetch water to rinse the stones. Others laugh nervously, joking that Vesuvius is just steaming off the summer heat. But soon, respiratory irritation sets in. Coughs echoing through the streets, tears stinging eyes. Pockets of panic ripple outward, yet few grasp the magnitude of what's happening. By mid-afternoon, the ashfall intensifies, turning daylight into an eerie twilight. Streets clog with fleeing residents, clutching children and valuables. Market stalls collapse under the weight of accumulating ash. A pregnant woman staggers, a father hoists his son onto his shoulders. The town's exit gates are crowded. Boats from the bay hurry to evacuate as many as they can. Screams mix with the rumble of collapsing roofs. You watch as once thriving Pompeii transforms into a landscape of chaos. Without warning, a deafening roar erupts from the volcano, a scorching surge of gas, ash, and pumice, traveling at hundreds of kilometers per hour, races down the mountain slopes. The air becomes incandescent, temperatures soar above 600 degrees Celsius. People inhale deadly fumes, walls ignite, horses bolt in terror. Those still outdoors gasp for air, their lungs burning from the toxic fumes. In narrow alleyways, victims fall where they stand. Windows shatter, doors buckle. The sky itself ignites in a fiery haze, and the world becomes a furnace. You find refuge in a small courtyard, crouching behind a collapsed column. Ash piles high, muffling sound. Breathing is agony, each gasp filling lungs with hot grit. A stray dog whimpers, its fur singed. Time loses meaning. Minutes stretch into hours. Some pray to household gods, others whisper desperate pleas to Jupiter or Isis. The ground shakes again with aftershocks. Every structure in view is crumbling. Even the sturdy basilica cracks and topples. In these final moments, Pompeii's grandeur is erased beneath burning pumice. As darkness falls, the volcano's glow illuminates the horizon. The sea beyond the bay reflects a blood-red sky. Survivors, only a handful, stumble into the ruins, blind with ash. Above, thunderous booms continue. The sound is relentless, like the roar of many beasts. You crawl towards safety, driven by instinct. Around you lie the fallen, merchants, soldiers, mothers, children, locked forever in their last poses. By evening's close, the pyroclastic fury subsides. A heavy silence blankets Pompeii. The ashfall eases, revealing streets buried under meters of debris. The air is toxic. Venturing out means certain death. A few who escape the worst return briefly, risking death to search for loved ones. They uncover shattered pottery, fragments of frescoes, the charred remains of homes. No sound but the whisper of wind over ash. The town is gone, its people entombed in their everyday lives. Nearly 2 millennia later, we rediscover Pompeii's secrets. Archaeologists uncover whole households frozen in time, victims huddled in doorways, skeletons clutching coins and jewelry. Vibrant frescoes, buried for centuries, emerge intact. Banquets, dancing maenads, mythic creatures. Streets, lined with stepping stones and ruts from chariot wheels, tell stories of commerce and daily toil. In plaster casts, human forms forever mark their final gestures. A mother shielding her child, a baker frozen mid-need, lovers embracing in terror. This was one day in Pompeii, the day ordinary lives ended in extraordinary horror. A reminder that beneath civilization's calm lies the power of nature, waiting to reclaim all. Yet from the ashes came preservation, an unparalleled window into ancient life. If you found this journey gripping, subscribe for more One Day in the Past stories. Because every day has a story, and sometimes the last one is the most unforgettable.